What are the 22 best TV shows of 2022? Do you see what I did there? If that's the question that you're looking for the answer to, then you have arrived at the right video.
Everything bad that could have happened has happened. Except bad.
Hello and welcome to Screen OD, a channel for people who love TV, movies and streaming. My name's Tim. I'm an editor and a journalist who's been writing and talking about the media industry for more than 15 years. 2022, it's been a good year for TV shows. There's been lots of returning shows, many of which we've had to wait quite a while for since the beginning of the pandemic to come back, and we've seen the end of some of our favourite shows. We've also seen some brilliant new shows arrive on the umpteen streaming platforms. The streaming wars are definitely at full pelt now, and we've got more content than we've ever had. That means that everything that's come out this year obviously can't be included in this 22, but here are 22 of my favourites from the last year.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel. Put up your sword.
Without it, what am I to be?
The most expensive TV show ever to have been made came out in 2022 in the shape of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Amazon Prime Video's incredible series is set thousands of years before the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Now, this one didn't please all of the fans immediately. However, once you get into it, this is a great story that will have you on the edge of your seat. Also, you cannot help but be absolutely awestruck by the production values of this cinematic looking series.
There's just something about this country. I sometimes wonder if there's horror in us all.
A co-production between the BBC and Prime Video, this is a beautifully put together story from Hugo Blick, which stars two incredible central performances from Emily Blunt and Cheske Spencer. This is one of those shows that leaves out as much as it keeps in, and it's the pauses and the tension and the relationships that have you absolutely gripped.
Some creatures could be called magnificent. Or monstrous. Perhaps misunderstood. But only a few creatures who roam this earth could be called all three.
Brought to us by the world-famous BBC Natural History Unit, who, along with David Attenborough, who narrates this series, have given us some of the most famous natural history productions of all time. Not only have you got that, but you have a showrunner in the shape of Jon Favreau and music from Hans Zimmer. What can you not like about Prehistoric Planet on Apple TV+? This is a series that brings alive a world 66 million years ago using cutting-edge technology and brilliant graphics.
And people like us, we don't need to walk in our family's shadows.
지가 밤낮으로 일해가 손톱이 다 부러지고 내 아는 부족한 거 하나 없이 키울 겁니다.
The word epic is one that is definitely overused in TV criticism, but however, in the case of Pachinko, it really is an epic series. Based on Min-Jin Lee's 2017 novel, this beautifully crafted and fantastically acted story of a Korean family across many generations, their struggles, their hopes, their fears, and their lives is epic, beautiful, and one that you just must watch.
Tell us, what power of dreams?
Beloved DC comic book series created by Neil Gaiman and released in the late 1980s and the 1990s. This Netflix series is a dream, or should I say Morpheus, come true for fans of the Sandman. This is a fantasy epic series that's been put together with care and is a beautiful experience for anyone who loves this genre of television.
We lease office space. Then we act like we're changing the world.
They're turning on you.
You're going to sink the ship.
That's 1.9 billion in losses.
Nothing is more important than us.
I have a responsibility to think bigger. I'm a golden goose laying golden eggs.
You couldn't do this without me.
We're going to war! We do this together, we can change everything.
One of several inspired by true events dramas on the 2022 list, We Crashed stars not just one, but two Oscar winners in the shape of Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway. They play Adam Newman and Rebecca Newman. Adam is the founder of the WeWork organization, and this tells the story of his incredible rise to making a company that is valued at a huge amount of money. However, everything doesn't always end well.
George Russell is a power in the land. Before long, he'll put money into his pocket with every train ticket you buy. I think we should know the Russell family.
We do not move in the same circles.
Mama, you are incorrigible.
I take that as the highest praise.
Well, how do you find your aunts?
Data is kind, but not clever. And Agnes is clever, but not kind.
Mrs. Van Ryn and her sad sister were spying on me today.
I don't know why you bother with them.
I don't bother with them.
In 2022, we finally got The Gilded Age, which is the latest period drama from Julian Fellowes, the creator of Downton Abbey. Now, this isn't Downton Abbey. It's set in New York in the late 19th century. However, it does share a lot in its DNA with Downton Abbey. If you like costume drama, you like those soapy elements, and you like the upstairs, downstairs dynamics, then this has got everything that you're looking for.
Who are you?
Do you think he's some kind of alien? He could be dangerous.
I think I know how to find him.
Take care of this.
I need to see where all this leads, Franklin, and I want you there with me.
What is going on in your garden shed? Is it a portal to another planet? Well, the answer is probably no for most people, but for the characters in Night Sky, it's a yes. J.K. Simmons and Sissy Spacek lead a brilliant cast in one of the best sci-fis of the year. I don't want to tell you too much about what happens, but if you like science fiction and you like great performances, then this is a show that you must put on your watch list. Right, we're getting there with the best shows of 2022, but what are your favourites of the last 12 months? Leave them in the comments below and the reasons why you really love them. And of course, if you do like what you're watching, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Screen OD.
There's a boy in there waiting for you. Oh, is it their secret boyfriend or the straight boy crush?
One of the most celebrated and talked about TV shows of 2022, Heartstopper, is a coming-of-age drama on Netflix which tells the story of a young gay man and the people that live around him. With a great script, a fantastic cast, this is a show that has been commended for its representation of the LGBTQ community.
£25? No, I ordered 200. Where's beef? You still got that meat connect?
You get $12.50 for that on eBay.
Boom.
You cut vegetables like a bitch.
Not system, baby.
System. This is your brother's house. I was running it fine without you.
Why didn't he leave it to you then?
Following the story of a high-flying chef who returns from some of the best kitchens to work in a Chicago Italian beef sandwich shop after the death by suicide of his brother. This is a comedy drama that doesn't necessarily have a setting that you might expect. It's beautifully shot, almost cinematic in its values, and has a nuanced and brilliant performance from everyone who is in it. This is comedy and drama put together in a way that you've probably never seen it done before. A lot of Doctor Who in 2022, but when we did get it, and especially in the shape of The Power of the Doctor, which coincided with the 100th anniversary of the BBC, we got something very special. The episode, which was the last of Jodie Whittaker's era and the last with Chris Chibnall in charge of the show, saw the return of many classic Doctors, many classic companions, and then, of course, the shock regeneration itself from Jodie Whittaker into not Ncuti Gatwa, but David Tennant. This was the perfect setup for the 60th anniversary specials, which are coming in 2023, and see the return of showrunner Russell T Davies before Ncuti Gatwa's first episode with his new companion Millie Gibson, and then we're off into season 14 in 2024.
And just a little bit of rain.
Let justice be done.
And just a little bit
till the heavens fall.
It's fair to say there was a little bit of skepticism when Better Call Saul was first introduced to the TV world in 2015. How can a prequel of Breaking Bad based on the lawyer Saul Goodman be as good as the show that had taken over the world and is considered one of the best dramas of all time? Well, people were wrong, because Better Call Saul is not just good, it is brilliant, and it came to an end in 2022, and as you would expect from something that comes from the pen of Vince Gilligan, it had a fantastic ending and is a show that if you haven't seen, you should go and watch all of right now.
We play an ugly game. You have the determination to win it.
Now, I don't want to start the did Game of Thrones end as well as it could have done debate, but there are definitely a lot of people in a camp over there who still think that Game of Thrones had a disappointing ending. Well, all of that was blown out of the water and became a distant memory when House of the Dragon, the prequel to Game of Thrones, finally arrived on our screens. Breaking all the records of premieres on HBO and in the UK Sky, this fantastic series delivered what the people wanted: Westeros at its best, but a little bit before things happened in Game of Thrones. And do you know what? It also had lots of dragons, which meant that it wasn't a show that lied to us in its name, and sometimes they can. Although I don't know where the House of the Dragon is still. After a long wait, Stranger Things fans didn't just get one season of Stranger Things, they got two. Well, they kind of got one that was split into two that really was just one. But anyway, there was a lot of Stranger Things in 2022, and the good news is that season 4 across part 1 and part 2 were not just brilliant, exciting and fun, they set up what is going to be an epic ending to the show in season 5 at some point in the future. The dam has been broken between Hawkins and the Upside Down. What's going to happen next?
This is Obs and Guiney. You're generally sailing the ship alone. A ship that's massive and on fire, and no one's had the time to teach you how to sail. It's literally life or death, yeah.
Based on Adam Kay's 2017 book, This Is Going to Hurt: The Secret Diaries of a Junior Doctor, this is a beautifully crafted, funny, tragic, and incredibly thought-provoking series. Ben Whishaw puts in a brilliant performance as Adam, the central character, a doctor trying to survive in a department in a hospital that doesn't have enough funding, doesn't have enough staff, and he doesn't have enough time for his life.
Welcome, Julia Child.
What a lovely introduction. And I've come just in time. Ooh.
What is she doing?
Are you all right down there?
You were a treasured guest in living rooms all over Boston.
To Julia.
To us. I've had a recurring thought that I'd like to propose to you. An educational cooking show hosted by myself.
Feels flimsy to me. This is public television, for God's sake.
A brilliant TV show full of heart, humour and feeling. This is a show that tells the story of Julia Child, an unlikely TV hero in culinary terms. Starring Sarah Lancashire in one of the performances of her life, this is a show that you will get addicted to as soon as you start watching. There's also fantastic performances from others in the show, including the brilliant David Hyde Pierce.
Our Series B closed at $165 million.
Get the money!
I know what you did at the demo.
The demo was an inspiring step forward.
Don't tell anyone else. I'm going to protect you.
This is an inspiring step forward.
This isn't just my job. This is who I am. Anybody who doubts my company doubts me.
Another inspired by true events drama now in the shape of The Dropout, which tells the story of Elizabeth Holmes and her company Theranos that claim to be able to diagnose lots of different illnesses by just one drop of blood. Now everything starts to come unravelled and it does not end well at all. At the heart of this is one of the best performances that you'll see of the year from Amanda Seyfried as Elizabeth Holmes. It is absolutely captivating.
I've got with me Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, the new owners of Wrexham AFC.
What was the connection between you and Wrexham Football Club?
We had no direct connection. It was just a feeling.
What me and my dad thought was because Wrexham's red, Deadpool's red.
That's the real reason, sorry.
What happens when a TV star and a movie star buy a football club in North Wales? Well, you get Welcome to Wrexham, an excellent documentary series which tells the story of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's takeover of Wrexham FC, a team who are playing in the National League and are hoping to get back to better times. This is as much a story about the supporters, the people, the community and the players as it is about the big Hollywood stars who would first attract people to the series. This is compelling and interesting TV for people who like football and people who just like life.
A man does what he has to do, but you keep it tight. If you're sloppy, it's like you're rubbing her face in it.
What happened last night? Just been a series of very bad decisions.
You've had very bad luck.
The best thing about luck is it can always change.
After the first season of The White Lotus, which many regard as one of the great satires of the modern era, The White Lotus Season 2 had quite a lot of pressure on its shoulders. But this time, going from Hawaii to Sicily, the anthology series is not just good, it's absolutely brilliant once again. One of the smartest satires on TV. This is a show that will have you laughing, thinking, and just going, where did they get these people from?
It's not happening. It was one moment of madness. 2 moments of madness.
You're vile. Do you know that?
You can't just explode a man. He thinks someone's trying to kill him. That's insane.
How far will people go to protect their sibling from a toxic relationship? Well, that's the question that is asked in Bad Sisters and is quite quickly answered. It seems like it's murder. This is a dark and twisted tale which has humorous elements, drama, and a lot of thought-provoking content too. If you're a fan of the work of Sharon Horgan, you are going to love Bad Sisters.
You suggested this life.
We chose this together.
Since 2017, Ozark has been one of the best shows that Netflix has made. But all good things have to come to an end, and this year Ozark did come to an end with a bang, with an incredible final season. Now, some shows end without people walking away with closure and feeling satisfied. Ozark, I can report, is not one of those shows. One of the best endings of the year, one of the best endings of the last 10 years. Go and watch Ozark. It's fantastic and it deserves to be high on this list.
Hello, my name is Mark S. And I have, of my own free accord, elected to undergo the procedure known as severance.
And so, there we have it. Number 1, Severance is the best show of 2022 in my opinion. But what's your opinion? Put it in the comments below. Severance is the story of Mark, a man who works at Lumen Industries, a secretive organisation that have allowed a controversial process to be undergone by some of their employees called severance, where one half of their consciousness is always at work and one half of their consciousness is always at home. Never the twains shall meet. Now that all seems to be fine until there's a breakaway character and a new character. Everything starts to get questioned. This is a dystopian science fiction thriller from Ben Stiller. I'll never get bored of saying that. He's exec producer and directs some of the episodes. It has a fantastic cast, including the likes of Adam Scott, Britt Lower, John Turturro. It has Patricia Arquette and the wonderful Christopher Walken. This is a show that, as the screw begins to turn, will have you thinking, will have you guessing, and will have you hoping there's a season 2, which luckily there is. This is one of the greats, and it was in 2022, which is why it's number 1 on this list. Well, that's it. Congratulations on getting to the end of the video. It was a long one. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave in the comments below your favourite shows of 2022. We'll see ya.